Adam here from the Walser Automotive Group, and what I want to do today is take you on a test drive. So next to me here, I have the 2024 GMC Terrain. So we'll look at the interior, the exterior, and then go for a spin around and see what it's like out on the open road. So now we're inside. Now this is the SLT. So you're gonna have an SLE, SLT, and AT4, and then at the top trim level, you are gonna have the Denali Terrain. So I think this gives you a lot of great equipment for the money. Plus this one has a few extra added goodies into it. So we'll look at that when we're out on the road. So let's start by selecting drive. The doors will lock and we're off and moving. So what's cool about this system is it frees up a ton of space. Rather than having your traditional shifter, you're gonna have a drive-by-wire system. So what that means is park, reverse, neutral, drive. It's just the tap of a button, or you pull on that little lever, and it makes it very convenient for having more space for your cup holders here. There's USB plugs as well as a USB-C, so you can get your phone set down there if you'd like and have your coffee going when it's freezing cold like it is today. That's a pretty nice feature. Now, so speaking of freezing cold, it is not nice. The snow has fallen here and I've got my heated seat on as well as my heated steering wheel, which is absolutely one of my favorite features. This one heats up very nicely, so when you hop in the car after you click that remote start to warm it up for you, the heated steering wheel is going, you've got the heated seats for the driver and the passenger, and it is a very nice feature to help get you through the winter. Now from there, one of the other things that's really cool on the inside, this has wireless Apple CarPlay. So I paired up my phone, so I've got my messaging, my Spotify, Google Maps, all that stuff right at arm's reach, so I'm not messing with my phone when I'm out on the road. So safety is obviously a very important thing, and this one's gonna have things like the backup camera with the parking sensors. It's also got emergency braking. There's a lot of safety built into these cars, as well as an adaptive cruise control system in this model with a lane departure warning system. So you set 3, 2, 1 car length distance ahead of you, and if you're doing a lot of highway driving, that's a pretty cool feature to have. Now, let's go back to these seats for a second, because when I hopped in, I immediately felt like I was in a little lazy boy recliner. They're super comfortable. It blew me away at just how comfortable they are. And then when I kick the heat on here, you can either set it for just your back or the back and the bottoms. And there's 3 different settings, and I could do a lot of miles in this car. I was amazed at just how comfortable the seat was and how much room I did get in the second row. Where I'm sitting and comfortably driving, I didn't move the seat, and I found myself at 6'1" to have more than enough space in the back, and those seats are also really comfortable. So if you've got the kids back there or any rear passenger, they are also going to be happy. Now in the rear, you're also going to have a household plug as well as some USBs. So like I said, if you got the kids with you, they can keep their devices charged up and everybody's going to be happy. Now, if you're not bringing people with you, that's a 60-40 split rear seat. So you have a lot of cargo space back there, and you could fold down one side or the other or both, and that gives you a lot of room to haul stuff around. Plus, there's a really convenient handle back there. So you pull that little handle, kicks the seat down, and you're off and moving. So one of the cool options that got added into this Terrain is the panoramic sunroof. Now it does open the front part, but it really opens it up in here, especially with the black or darker interior. That is an awesome feature and definitely one I would want to option on my Terrain, because it really lets in a lot of light and it does make it very comfortable when you're out on the road, especially for the back passengers. So not to mention just the touchscreen on this model, but it also has the digital display in the gauge cluster here. So that is paired with the Bose sound system that this one was also optioned with, which is a pretty cool system. I had my Spotify going, the music sounds great. It just makes it a little bit more comfortable for your day-to-day commute, which is one of those features that, you know, could you live without it? Maybe, but does it make a pretty big difference? I think so. So how is the ride and drive now that we're out on the road? So this is the all-wheel drive model. It has a 1.5 liter turbocharged engine. It's going to give you around 175 horsepower, and that's going to be standard no matter which terrain you're looking at, and that's going to be paired to a 9-speed automatic transmission. It is buttery smooth in here, and I think, you know, that power, it's not a ton of power, but for day-to-day use, I think it's more than enough to get you out into traffic, get you going. And with the all-wheel drive, you're going to see some probably high 20s for fuel economy, so that's going to be pretty good overall. And you know, the handling, we're on a nice curvy road here, and I think it's pretty good. You know, 95% of the time, is it just you in the car? You're driving to work, driving around town, running to the gym? I mean, this car is 100% livable. You can spend all day in here, and like I said, just because of how comfortable the seats are, and I think with the Apple CarPlay and the ease of use and everything in here, I think it's a great day-to-day vehicle, and that's kind of what these are built for, right? it snowed, I've got the all-wheel drive and the heated seats. If it's hot and summery, I can open the sunroof up above and it's gonna be comfortable. And you know, I think the looks on the exterior are also really good on this model. Now this one has the option 19-inch blacked out wheels as well. This one gets the black badging on the outside and the cool LED headlights and those daytime running lights up front look awesome. I think they did a really good job designing this vehicle from where it kind of started. And you know, the 24 model, there wasn't a lot of changes from the 23, just a couple of new colors this year because it worked and it was great. So they just had it kind of as a carryover. And I think that's a positive. If something works, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? Yeah, I mean, I'm out here on this windy road and, you know, would it be more fun in a sports car? Possibly. But is it not bad cruising this little thing around and the handling a lot better than I thought? Absolutely. I am very amazed at how well this car handles the curves and just the comfort of day-to-day usage. I think is really where this vehicle shines. Overall, what do we think about the GMC Terrain? Now, obviously the SLT model is gonna be kind of one of the higher tier trims. I think the SLE is a great starting point as well because you do get a lot of equipment in that model. But if you want all of the niceties and all the good stuff, you can obviously bump up to the Denali, which is gonna add things like the cooled seats in here and a few more kind of premium materials. But I like the interior cabin in the SLT. It's kind of got this dark sort of wood overlay finish in here that looks really good, and it's not overcomplicated. I like that there's not a lot of gloss black everywhere that shows the fingerprints. It's kind of got this silver aluminum and then just the black that runs throughout. It's nice, it's pleasant, it's comfortable. I can't say enough good things about just how easy this car would be to live with day to day. So if you're in the market for one, I think you gotta get out, take one for a spin, see what you think. So that was just a quick look and drive in the new 24 Terrain. Now, if you'd like more information or to schedule a test drive for yourself, you can visit us online at walser.com or stop by anytime. We'd be happy to help you out. Thanks for watching.